I do sort of feel a connection to you because I have read many of your papers. A lot of the stuff you've done sort of relates to things I'm interested in and things I do. What advice would you have for young researchers who aspire to make contributions like you have?
It's a good idea to not have a preconceived idea of what you want to work on, and react to the environment and to interesting questions as they come up. Sometimes a newcomer can see something new, like happened with Euclidean TSP. I mean, there were all these traveling salesman problem experts, and somehow as an outsider I could come in and see, wait, there's a simple structure here. So, yeah. If you do it often enough with enough problems, at some point you get lucky.
Gotcha. How's the week been so far for you here at the Laureate Forum?
Oh, it's very interesting, yeah. It's wonderfully organized in a beautiful location, all these smart people. Kind of the who's who of computer science here. Yeah,
it's true.
So, yeah, it's very stimulating.
How has the event been for you for interacting with the laureates?
The event's been wonderful thus far. I mean, the first night I had dinner with Bill Phillips, and he was, as lively as he always is, telling us old stories about, how certain physical measurements came to be and changed over time. And throughout the whole process, it's only been 2 days, I've been able to meet with a ton of different laureates, pick their brains, and sort of, learn something about how they think and sort of how they came to make the contributions they did. But I found that something that's been sort of equally sort of useful to me is just to be around other young researchers in one big place. And this is something that I found is always useful to see. What problems are other young people working on? How do they think about these problems? What are their approaches? And this is something that really puts your own research, I think, often in perspective.
I think it's what's interesting in these events is to have a sort of conversation at a more personal level, which you wouldn't normally have with people of that caliber outside my own subdiscipline. So our viewers may not know that you were also a professional football player.
Yes,
so
yes.
How did those two very different interests align up in your case?
Yeah, no, that's it's an interesting question. When I was a kid, I always loved puzzles, and I was always so curious. I always wanted to know the answer why to things. And so math, I never realized how much I loved math until I got to college. But football, my father played college football, and it was something that I knew was in my family. And so in high school I started playing, and it turned out I had an aptitude for it. I was lucky that I really loved math. Like I would wake up in the morning and just be excited to wake up early, work out, do my training, and then get to sort of math and reading and learning. And this was like my dessert.
Yeah, it's still my dessert. Yeah, I mean, I really look forward to spending the day in my office and talk to my students and postdocs, and that's all I do. I don't. Pretty much most days, that's all I do. It's a joy to have really smart young students around as this environment, and I learn so much from them.
Gotcha. That's awesome to hear. What else?
I don't know, that's a pretty good finale.
Okay.
Okay.